right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen out there in YouTube land. I am Deleted Scenes, human being, American, and YouTube Baronin. And welcome to my live out of the theater review of A Working Man. This is the new Jason Statham movie. It is based on the book Lavon's Trade by Chuck Dixon. And of course, that's like I think now like a 12-book series. I do want to say hello to everyone who might be joining us on X. I can't see you, but I know that you're there. I see a few people here in the chat. I do see FKHC 2005, aka Tim. I do see our friend Sin's Corner. All right. Sin is saying, I'm now rethinking my decision to watch this film based on Criticless's live stream about it. I haven't seen that yet. I don't know what he said. I'll be finding out here very shortly. Faithful Blue Wrench, channel member, the Bird Woman of YouTube. Watch out for her second channel, Fluff Chick Productions. Connie Cleary. All right. Let's see. Scrolling up. All right. All right. Let me say something up front. This movie is a bit of a mixed bag. Anyone who is going into this expecting a straight up adaptation of the book, I think you're going to be. Let me get rid of this. I think you're going to be a little bit disappointed in that. Now, if you've read the book, there are going to be certain scenes that you will recognize, certain characters you'll recognize, slightly different versions. And I'm going to go a little bit more into that a little bit later. It's anybody going into this expecting it to be The Beekeeper Part 2, it's not really that. Anybody expecting this to be a play on like Rambo Last Bullet, because I was calling this, when I saw the trailer, I was calling it Statham Last Blood. It's kind of not really that either, despite the fact that Stallone co-wrote the screenplay and he's one of the producers. I don't know why this is not centered. I'm on my phone, folks. Bear with me. All right. Like I said, this movie is a bit of a mixed bag. It's not perfect. I've been reading the book over the last couple of days, so I kind of have that fresh in my mind. And the movie doesn't really follow it all that much. Like I said, there are certain characters that are there. The character that's kidnapped, Jenna, completely different from how she is in the book. Her family's different. Well, for one thing, in the book, they're not Hispanic. It's not even a human trafficking plot in the book either. It's just this. Basically, it's this Russian who does something very heinous and tries to sneak his way out of it. And that's when all the mobsters come up trying to protect him. So yeah, and this is not a. The hell's going on with the camera? I'm sorry, folks. Let me hold it like that. It is not a straight adaptation of the book at all. All right, all right, let me see. Well, this started playing. I never heard it. Rewinding and catch up. Okay, yeah. Um, all right, no worries. All right, well, the movie's got some good points and it's got some bad points. Um, Statham's really badass in it. Um, um, the girl who's the one who's kidnapped, she's pretty. She's got a lot on the ball too. I liked her by the end of the movie. Um, because she's not like this. Oh, I need to be saved. Not in a girl boss kind of way. It's not that. This is a girl who knows how to defend herself, and has to by the end of it. So I liked her. Um, the villains are kind of, again, a bit of a mixed bag. This kind of feels like two movies in a way, because there is kind of this really serious something along the lines of like Taken or Rambo: Last Blood. Um, and then when you get to the real hardcore, you know, the Russian gang. Um, Now it's kind of a generational thing because you have like the older, gang members that have been, these guys who have been in prison and are real hardcore and have, their idea of honor and have all of the tats and everything. If you ever saw Eastern Promises, you know what I'm talking about. Now, another thing is that you have like the younger, um, I don't even want to call them gangsters because they're not even that. Um, you have this younger generation that's coming up that has no respect for that, and they're very. All right, let me. I know I'm really messing this up, but let me put it to you this way: you have the older gangsters who are in their suits. All of them are dressed in black. They like they think they're Trotsky or something, you know. And then you have the younger gangsters who are like the wannabe gangsters who are like fashion victims. They're like something out of that Rock Me Amadeus video from back in the day. It's all very decadent, and I was calling these guys fashion victims through the whole movie. You really want to die with that, the shirt with the ruffles, and okay, yeah, well, let's have fun with that then. you know um, and hello to JPRPH1, good to see you. All right. And that's in the book too, to be honest. Not them being dressed up like fashion victims or anything. um, like there's one character in this movie who I am convinced thinks he's playing Prince. um, Uh, this is a mixed movie, guys. Bear with me. All right. The movie doesn't follow the book. There is Statham is good. Statham is really good. I like him. I like the girl. Um, I'm not really against anybody performance-wise, but there are there are there are the people who are in the part of the movie that's like Cormac McCarthy meets Taken, and then you kind of have like these really over the top characters who in real life would not last 5 minutes in this kind of a situation. So you really have to. It is one of those movies where you kind of have to suspend disbelief a little bit, and that's fine. Um, Understand me going in that I am not completely dumping on this movie. It's not a bad movie. It's a very schizophrenic film. I wasn't bored watching it, and there are parts of it that I thought were really good. That final 20 minutes, holy smokes, that was fun. I wish we had more action movies like that. Um, this is one I think I'm going to have to think about for a bit, and I might have to do like a second review on it at some point. Um, no, not that kind of, not that kind of hardcore tip. No, no, that's a different thing. Um, all right, I'll just start from the beginning. Here's the basic plot: is that you have Jason Statham as Levon Cade. He's former military, now working construction. He has a daughter. His wife has passed away. The reasons behind how she passed are different than what's in the book. Um, why they changed it, I don't know, but they did. Um, and much like the book, his boss's daughter is kidnapped, um, and basically her father hires Cade to investigate and track her down and rescue her. Um, should she still be alive? Now, in the process of doing this, he runs afoul of this these Russian mobsters, and like I said, you have uh, even you have these two version. You have basically these two different factions within. You have the hardcore, old school Russians that have rules, and there are things that they will and won't do, and then you have this younger generation that just does not give a rip about anything. Things, how in the first John Wick they had the Tarasov, the little, yeah, Reek, the guy from Game of Thrones. Um, it's kind of like there's like a bunch of him running around in this movie, but just like imagine him dressed up like a cross between Prince and a pilgrim. Yes. Oh my god. There are parts of this movie that are kind of feels like it's a realistic movie, and then you have like these characters that are like really decadent in they feel like they're from the Crow remake. um it's weird. um no, not Peter Dinklage, the other guy. Anyway, forget Game of Thrones. Forget I brought it Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones has nothing to do with this. Now, am I going to go see Snow White? No, I will not be. I will not be reviewing Snow White on my channel. I won't do it. Watch Unscripted. I'm going to be talking a lot more about that. Um, all right, as for tonight's movie, there are things about it that I like. Uh, there are long stretches of it that work, and then there are other things that don't. So for me, it's kind of like I said, it's a mixed bag. Um, I wasn't bored watching it. Um, I didn't I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. Um, there are some tonal shifts in it. Um, let me put it this way: e- uh, even even if you pay me, um, I'm not sure I'd want to waste my time on Snow White, Tim. Um, I mean, if enough people want me to review it, I'll watch it online or something. But I'm not going to go to the theater to see it. Um, all right. As for Working Man, like I said, I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. It doesn't follow the book too closely. Um, there are characters that I liked. There were changes to certain other characters that I thought weren't necessary. Um, let me give you a bit of an example. Yeah, I'm talking about that guy. There's a character very much like his character in John Wick in this, but I don't know, this kind of a guy who's clearly done too many drugs and kind of looks the part. Um, anyway, um, here's the thing that came to mind while I was watching the movie. It reminded me of something. It reminded me of something that you would have seen in the '90s, like an adaptation of let's say, for example, the one movie that kept coming to mind while I was watching this was Kiss the Girls, which was another movie that wasn't perfect. It was good, but it wasn't perfect. It changed things from the book that it didn't need to. But this movie had that kind of a tone to it. It had that kind of pacing. And this movie is not going to be for everybody. I can see people going into, coming out of this movie and saying that they didn't like it, or there might be people who might be like I am, like okay with it. Um, this is based on like a 12 book series. I don't know if they're going to get any sequels from this. Um, it's it's going to be one of those where I'm going to be decide for yourself if you want to see it, but maybe go to a matinee. Now now tonight I saw it on an IMAX screen at the Regal for $4. And I don't feel like I wasted my time or my money, but I went into it expecting a different movie than the one that I got. And I wasn't bored. I'm not usually bored at David Ayer movies. I was not bored at this one. I was not bored watching it. Um, but it does in a way feel like it feels like it's two movies um, doing battle with itself. You know, it's not it's not a bad movie. It's not a good movie. I wasn't bored watching it. I think I'm going to have to think about it for a day or two before I decide where I am on it. You know, um, but I tell you, the action scenes in this movie work like gangbusters for sure. That last 20 minutes, holy smokes, that was good. Um, where you have Statham taking on, you know, um, both factions of the Russians. There's there's like this meth dealing biker gang that fits into it all. They show up at the end, and it just becomes this free for all. But it's hmm, if you're expecting the book, you're going to be disappointed. There's some over the top bits that either you're with it or you're not. Um, this is not going to be a movie for everybody. The right people will get it. Um, but I can see people liking it. I can see people just not getting it. It says I'm watching this and I'll go, okay, I'm getting what they're going for. Um, it's not how I would have done it, but there are parts of it that are fun. There are parts of it that like I said, it's like an action film from the '90s. It's a bit of a throwback, So it's a movie that you're either going to be with it or you're not, And I would have to say, well, kind of watch it at your own risk. You can, because it's one of those movies where if somebody says they liked it, I'm not going to talk them out of it. If they say they didn't, I'm not going to talk them out of that either. Um, it's just really going to depend. Okay. I do want to say hello in the chat. So I have a little trouble reading that. I'm with you on Snow White. I already know I won't like it because I dislike Ziegler too much. And the things I've heard about the story already confirm that sentiment. Yeah, same. Hello to Real Wade Nation Gaming Clips. Good to see you, sir. Deleted scenes is awesome. I try to be. Okay. No, we are Osmo. Okay. Release the Ayer cut. Maybe. Yeah. This is definitely a David Ayer movie for sure. Um, Beard on point. Thank you. I need to trim it. All right. I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. I do know that in about 10 minutes, Netters Network, Thursday Things. I do know Midnight's Edge is going to, in about 40 minutes or so, 45 minutes, is going to have a roundtable discussion where they're going to review the film. So you'll probably see me at one chat or the other Coming attractions on my channel later on tonight. I just don't know if I'm going to be doing it at 11:30 or not. So you're going to have to stay tuned, and I will let everybody know. Final score on the film. There are parts of it that work, parts that feel like it should be on another movie. It's very much a throwback to like 90s era action movies. And if you like those, you might like this. If you don't, you might want to skip this. It doesn't follow the book. The actors are fine. I thought Statham was really good. I thought the actress playing his daughter is very good. Um, the actress playing the girl who's kidnapped, she's very good. Um, Michael Pena is good. He's not in a lot of the movie. The movie kind of forgets about him. Um, sorry, I don't know what's going on with the camera. I hope everybody can see and hear this okay. Like I said, this movie is a bit of a mixed bag. Um, didn't love it, didn't hate it. Um, there are parts of it that I liked very much, and there were other parts where I was like, "Really? You're gonna in front of everybody? Okay." You know. So it's like that. Um, um, I'm glad I saw it. Uh, I don't know. I might do another review on it, farther on down on the line, But this one is going to be. I'm going to say right now, watch at your own risk. Even though I liked it slightly better than that. It's not going to be for everybody. You're either you're going to dig it or you're not. Um, so all right, I'm going to wrap it up there. Um, didn't love it, didn't hate it, mixed bag. I might go a half star higher or lower on it later on. Um, not the best movie I've seen this year. Not the worst by any means either. This is not going to be like in my 10 worst at the end of the year, but it's not going to be at the top of the list either. So I think it's going to be right in the middle somewhere. So all right. Thank you all for watching. Anybody who might be watching right now on X, I can't see you, but I know that you're there. I want to thank Sin, Connie, Wade, Tim, and JPRPH1 for being there and in the live chat. Thank you to everyone who watches the replay. I want to say hello to all of my new subscribers. I am at present 19 subscribers away from 5,100. So this is the road to 6,000, guys. From my local Regal Cinema. Good night. Take care. Stay strong. Be safe and healthy, because this is how we win.